Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome along to the Studio Rats live Q&A number 63. My name's James Ivy.
My name is Paul Drew.
Paul, you've changed a bit, a little. Yeah. So you've got a new guitar there, mate. Give us a tune.
Okay, I will.
Wrong, and off you go. Wait, no, off.
Hey.
Get off. So hold on. Oh, it's all going wrong here. It's all going wrong.
Where's the new guy gone? He was much better looking.
What he definitely is better looking. There's no denying that. And he's got way more hair.
So after that moment of comedy genius, my name is still James Ivy.
I was Paul Drew.
And we have to apologise, first of all, about the mix-up with the streaming this evening.
Okay.
It's basically his fault.
It is my fault. It is definitely my fault. I got a bit excited earlier in the week. James being away. James is in charge of anything technical. And I did something and it didn't. It ruined everything.
It didn't really work. So thank you for joining us. Somehow, enough of you got the link. You're all with us now.
Yay.
John Randall's in the house, Michaeli's in the house, Stephen James, Safey's online, Phil McNally, great to see you all as ever. Yes, I had a lovely holiday, thank you. It's great to be back. I didn't enjoy the 3 hours navigating the M25 this afternoon, but other than that, hey, I'll show you the T-shirt tan. Ready for this? Are you ready? Ta-da!
It is like different shades of pasty, isn't it?
Thank you, mate. Yeah, lovely. It's the lights. What can I say? It's the glare of the TV lights.
Excellent. Right. So
what have you been up to, buddy? Because I can tell you that I've had a lovely time on the Isle of Wight, and it's been lovely sunny. And apparently you've not had great weather around here at all, but we've had days on the beach and it's been lovely. So that's enough of that. What have you been up to?
It's been absolutely rubbish, like weather-wise. It's like autumn. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I'm away. I'm going away on Friday. So hopefully it'll be nice then. What have I been up to? We've been doing new website, new Studio Rats website at last.
Check us out, www.thestudiorats.net.
John's in the house.
It's all lovely. Got some great ideas, some great stuff going on with that. It's very simple, simplistic. We like that. It's very clean and fresh and all that sort of stuff, but lots of cool stuff coming, some great ideas, and you can find all our previous songs, because let's face it, that's what we set out to do initially.
Yeah, we haven't done nothing. Oh, I've got a new there's a song we're definitely doing.
Okay,
cool. New song we're definitely doing. So I'll get around to it.
Cool.
I just need a couple of days. Is all I need. Of
course, yes. When you're not being busy making videos and stuff.
Exactly. So what else? Yeah, we put up a competition. If anyone hasn't signed up for the competition, sign up.
Please do.
So what we're doing, Boss accidentally. So Boss sent me a GT. Boss sent me a couple of things to do some videos on, and by mistake they sent me more than one. So they've sent us a GT1 by mistake. So we're giving it away in a competition. So wherever you are in the world, I'm going to regret saying this, but wherever you are in the world, if you win the competition, what we're doing, we're collecting all the names, and then I'm going to go into a random name generator, push a button, it's going to give me the number, and then I'm hoping that Stephen James from Brisbane is not going to win this, because that's going to cost me a small fortune.
Yes.
Hold on a sec. So what have you said? You said so. Phil, Peter, all right, Peter, Simon Cooks, David Stockton. He's only able to stop for a bit tonight. Unbelievable. I've been asked to sit in with the band. Oh, nice one, mate. First time since hand surgery. Hope all is well. I hope that goes well. Yeah, John Green's in the house. Hi, John. Nice to have you in.
As a new name and is new to the channel, so welcome. You're very, very welcome to the live Q&A. I am going to post the link to tonight's show into the chat. So if you want to come and join us actually in the live stream, in the chat, it works on a phone, it works on your laptop. Just take that link, post it into your browser. Don't just click on it; it won't work. Post it paste it rather into your browser and just follow all the instructions. It's very, very straightforward. Come and join us in the chat. I think that's.
I've lost something.
Hold on.
I think my son's nicked my. I think my son's nicked my phone. What's that? Nicked my phone.
It's what happened. Do you want me to call you just to? Will that make you feel better? We're talking.
No. We'll do it after the show. Do it after the show. Okay. Go, you were saying, hold on. What was that about?
You were saying, hold on. I was just going to say whatever's going on.
See, yeah, you're.
So should we? You what?
Shall we? Sorry, I was going to say your internet's going a bit again, but it's fine.
Not my internet. My internet is perfectly fine. I don't understand it. Dave McQuillan's also in the house. Yes, we are well. It's all good. Keep your questions coming in. Otherwise, we're going to have to just talk about new guitars. Should we talk about new guitars?
Well, before we do that, can I just ask Dave McQuillan? Dave, I had a look at your Reverb channel the other day because I was going to do a Plectrum video, and because David makes the fabulous Highland Plectrum Company metal picks. Oh yeah,
he deserves some of that, definitely.
I'll find one. For some reason, in my little pick box that I've got, which is a skull, it always sinks to the bottom because it's heavy. So I always have to dig right around. Doesn't matter when you put it in there, it always sinks to the bottom. Anyway, here we go. Things like this lovely thing. He makes them, and yeah, David, I couldn't see any on the. I don't know if your Reverb channel went down or something, but we couldn't see any up there. So yeah, let us know when they're back in stock.
So the questions are coming in now. This is the cool thing that we've learned how to do now.
Oh, look at that! It's like you're so slick.
It's almost like we know what we're doing now after over a year of doing it.
Awesome, right? J Mabs 509 says, do you guys have any other professional careers outside of YouTube? Music production and guitar player.
Music production, video maker, or anyone will have me, and drummist. I'm very big on the Utah folk scene. I have no idea how.
The Utah isn't that where all the Mormons are from?
It is. The Utah Saints, if you will, not that Utah Saints, because that was different. Yeah, we get about, we do stuff.
So you're big in the Mormon rock, yeah?
Yeah, if you like. I'll have some of that.
Nice one, yeah. Next question.
It's great. This is good.
Peter Ludlow says, do you guys have any YouTube videos of your band playing? Yes, there are. Go on the. Actually, I'll tell you what you can do. You can go to the new website.
Yep, you can.
Go to the new website, which is www.thestudiorats.net.
I'm even going to post the link to the songs page.
Oh, yeah, do that.
I can do that. If you go to this link here, if you go to that link there, you will find us. That's all our songs to date on there, featuring the great and the good. We've got some stuff with Abby F. Jones, with Jack Rubinacci, with what was his name? Hang on a second. It's gonna hurt me. Ralph Mannon.
Oh, I love it. Yep.
Who was it? Ashley.
Forgotten.
His song's not there. It was called Body Do the Talking.
Is it not there?
No, that was our first. It was our first song.
Okay.
Our first hit.
I'll have to chase. I'll have to have a chat. Oh, I might know why. Actually, I might have to sort that. Okay, that's fine. I can sort that out in a minute. That's good, actually.
But yeah, check out that link and enjoy some of the Studio Rats music. If you put the Studio Rats into Apple Music, you can get our playlist and it will come up for you, and you can have a listen without the videos. But the videos where it's at. It's all us playing in our studios, either at mine or at our own respective studios. My old studio, in fact, now, not even my new one, because I'm here now. But yeah, cool. So check those out. Hope you enjoy them. If you do, let everyone know and spread the word.
Do you want to do a next question?
I will do that. This is from
Matt Wiltshire. Says, do you guys have any recommendations, advice for using impulse responses?
Do Do you mean in what respect? Because in my world, responses is a reverb thing. And I know that obviously impulse responses for cabinets and microphones, things like that, are also a big thing in the guitar world.
Well, I think Matt's referring to guitar cabinets. I would be guessing. Yeah, just I mean, it doesn't make a hell of a lot of difference, but if your IR loader can take the highest sample rate possible, go for that. Obviously, the thing about impulse responses is when you buy like an impulse response pack. Say that you go to Celestion, you go and buy their impulse response pack,
which is realistically, it's the only one you need.
Yeah. It is really good. It is definitely really good. If you load up, the thing is, you just get this huge list of impulse responses, and it just becomes, what do they call that thing, James, when you get too much choice?
Too much choice.
Too much choice. That's what they call it. So
it's the law of diminishing returns. You need about 3 impulses. Realistically, you need a greenback, a creamback, and a what's the other one?
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
vintage 30. A vintage 30.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you're right. But then there's all the different combinations of that. So SM57, SM57, and Roy 121, Roy 121, SM57, U87. It's all of those different choices with that. And the thing is, once you start listening to them, once you start playing through them, you think, oh, that one sounds good. Then you pick the next one, and you go, oh, that one's. Hold on, does it sound better than the other one? And then you just get on this. I want to think of a better word without swearing, but it just messes your mind up. It's really.
That's the point where it's a load of old cobblers.
It just drives me nuts. So just try and find one. I just quickly go through them, find one that you like the sound of, stick with it, and then listen to it the next day. Work out if you still like it, and then just do that. But just don't go through them because your brain just can't fathom which one's which.
Yeah, totally.
Well, mine can't anyway.
Find a good one and stick to it.
Definitely. Basically. Yeah. Find a good one and stick to it. John Randall says, purely out of curiosity, Paul, how long did you have to wait for delivery of your new PRS?
Quite a while. It wasn't quite as long as for the Quad Cortex.
No, it wasn't. I reckon 4 months. I reckon it's about 4 months.
Real question though, was it worth it?
I got one and I got pushed to the front of the list. So if it wasn't, if I was going different, if I went a different route, I'd still be waiting. I'd be waiting months and months and months because they're completely out of stock everywhere. So,
but was it worth it?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I'm really pleased with it. It needs a bit of setting up. But I think I'm there now. I think I still might take it in somewhere. I've done all that I can do to it. And it's literally just, I think it's probably just like traveling, coming from America and going through like temperature changes, that sort of stuff, probably getting banged about a little bit. So it just needs a little bit of tweaking and stuff and it'll be absolutely perfect. But it's great as it is. Yeah. Stephen James says, Paul, are you going to do a video comparing your 2 PRS? Yes, hopefully I'm doing that tomorrow.
We're not. No, we should do comparing 3.
Yes, we should definitely do one comparing that because James is a fanboy now as well. But I'm going to do. I'll do one. What I'm hoping to do tomorrow is a video comparing the 2 PRSs, the new PRS with a Strat and the new PRS with a Les Paul, because I think it sort of bridges all of those sort of guitars.
Cool. Very cool.
Hopefully, I might end up that the first video is too long and I make it into 2 videos. I don't know yet, but it'd be something like that.
Cool.
Michaeli says, Paul, are you going to sell? Yeah, are you going to sell a guitar now that you have a new PRS? Do you know what? I keep thinking that, and I keep blowing hot and cold about my Sir Telecaster, my Sir Alt T. Alt T is an Alt T, isn't it? The hollow body one. And then I picked it up the other day and went, oh, this is really good. So I don't think so at the moment. I've got far too many.
You can't have too many guitars, Paul. Come on.
There are definitely too many. There are definitely too many.
Your wife's not watching.
Yeah. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. Go on then. Next one.
Next one.
Carl Thompson says, I've just bought a Marshall DSL 5. See, oh, excellent. Little 5-watt one. Paul, please can you recommend, and James, please can you recommend some pedals to get me started? First ever valve amp for me. Nice one. Go on, James.
I think, well, first pedal, I know you're going to say the same thing. I would get some kind of booster, definitely. Be that an overdrive pedal or something that you can actually, that is a boost pedal. I'd be very, very, very tempted. Now I've got quite so into it to get an EQ, like a Boss. Great choice. And maybe something a bit drivey just to boost, to give you the front end some real kick, if that. But has the little one got a loop on it? I doubt it.
That's a good question. Yeah, Carl, tell us if the 5L's got a effects loop on it.
If it had, that really does open you up to kind of delays and reverbs and all that Paul likes. If it doesn't, I would, a boost, an overdrive, and an EQ will be a great place to start, in my humble opinion.
I think you're right. I definitely agree with what you're saying. If you want to get an EQ pedal, the thing about the EQ pedal is, even though it's a really useful pedal, you might not. I wouldn't say that'd be your first pedal. Would you? One of them, yeah.
No, but it is brilliant. If you haven't checked out our video on the GE7, but any of the EQ pedals will work the same way. It's a really cool thing, because if in a gigging environment, I always think gigs, because let's face it, that's when these sort of things really come into their own. This is a way just to help your tone go from sitting in this to cutting through for a solo. And
so many other things. I mean, you can use it as a boost pedal. You could use it as that, especially if you've got a valve amp. You can drive the front of your amp a little bit harder. You can do it with that. Depending on money, on how much you want to spend, I definitely recommend it's that way, isn't it?
Super overdrive.
They're not always this color. This is like the anniversary color, but they normally come in opposite colors. So it's a yellow with a brown writing. They're really good, and they're about 50 quid, something like that. I mean, it sounds as good as any boutique pedal you can buy. James, you said EQ pedal.
Yeah, you're going to probably say compressor. Yeah.
Compressor. I mean, loads of people don't like compressors, so it could be something that you like or you don't like. I always use a compressor. I love compressors. And have you got? I'm guessing it hasn't got reverb.
The DSL might have. It might have the little 5-watt. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. It does have an effects loop, apparently. Okay, so I would get, if it doesn't have a reverb, get a reverb pedal. Just something like what's the TC one?
The Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame Mini. There's the single, the micro pedal. Really, really cool.
Great. And if you're going down that sort of route, get a delay, something like a what's the TC?
Flashback.
Exactly.
Great. Or the if you want to spend a bit more money, is it the Ogo was the kind of vintagey sounding one? That was a really cool one. This is where I can't get my Flashback 4 up because it's on the pedal board, gaffered down.
That's the alter ego. It's like a delay that you can store 4 presets in.
The cool thing about the TC stuff. The cool thing about the TC stuff is if you have a smartphone, and let's face it, who doesn't these days, download the app, which is called Tone Print. It is genius. It turns your pedal from just being one pedal into being hundreds, if not thousands, of different presets. And don't just think it's not just a preset of where the pedal controls are. It's changing the value of the capacitors and the components inside to make the pedal sound completely different. Yeah, there's loads of celebrity endorsed ones. It's a really weird thing. You hold your phone near your pickups and it talks to the pedal. It's bizarre, but it's very clever.
So it's just not to confuse him. So it has got reverb, so don't worry about reverb. First of all, I'd get an overdrive pedal.
Yeah.
Then I'd get a delay pedal.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know,
other stuff.
Compressor, EQ, all that sort of stuff. But just start off with one thing at a time.
It's a really slippery slope then to
Oh, God.
pedal board overdose, isn't it?
It's so, isn't it? Okay. John says, any news on the live gigs? On the live gig yet, guys? I spoke to John. John and I were emailing each other the other day, actually, and we still, because James has been away, and we are procrastinating somewhat. Would you say?
The thing is, to get a gig, you have to have a band. Now, many of you know that Dan, our bass player, relocated to Singapore. Now, he's probably not going to go and come back for a pub gig. So we've got some other bass players who we know who can do the gig. Absolutely, it's just a case of getting a gig, and we at some point we will.
Yeah, the gig's not the hard point. But we both do stuff in other bands. It's more like a Studio Rats thing, and it's like learning a new set, and it's doing all that sort of stuff. And
it will happen. Just give us a little while, and we'll probably have a set together by 2025.
No. But it'll be before then. Can we just pause there, because just after John, because when I was speaking to John, I think it was you, John, that was saying, why don't we do a feature on the live show about selling equipment, which I thought was a brilliant idea.
Brilliant idea.
So what we're thinking of doing is, if anyone's got any stuff that they're selling, like, music gear, we're not interested in you selling your food mixer or whatever.
Well, your wife.
Right? You're selling your wife, if you want.
Put anything on eBay these days.
Can you? Wow. Okay, so and then we'll feature it on the show, and then hopefully we can build up this sort of community that wants to.
We have to be very careful, because the things we can't. We're trying to work out how we can connect you offline. Obviously, someone can put a post up in the chat and say, "I've got PRS C24 for sale." So Fred Smith can put.
I know how we can do it. We can do it. So the person that's selling sends an email on the new website.
Yeah.
The person who wants to buy it sends an email, and then we can hook them up.
We can hook them up. But maybe if you've got something you're looking to send us an email with some nice pictures, and we can then say, so and so is selling this. If you're interested, email us, and we'll forward your emails on. We will have nothing to do with the transaction. We are not acting like eBay or Amazon or anything like that. All we're going to do is hook up our community of guitar, noise, audio geeks, because let's face it, that's what we all are, isn't it?
So really, we're just like pimps. We're like gear pimps.
No, because pimps take a cut. We don't want a cut. We just want to If I'm totally honest, we want first dibs, is where it comes in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is pretty true.
But if you're selling anything, it doesn't have to be. We're not talking PRS Gold Top or anything like that. It doesn't have to be super expensive. It could be something that you just want to. You just think this is a nice guitar or a nice whatever. I think we kind of stick to guitars and guitar-y stuff because it's what we talk about and what we know and love. But we'll kind of post up on the new website as it's there. We'll talk about it in the live stream on a Wednesday night. It's just an idea. It's something that could grow into something beautiful. But at this stage, it's an idea that we think it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing for you guys because we know how much we love buying and selling gear. We also know how much we don't like giving fees away to eBay and to the auction sites. So if we can help you guys by linking you directly, then great. Until this all falls over horribly, we're going to keep doing it. Yeah. So if you see any problems with that, please do let us know. But let us know what you're getting rid of, or even actually what it is you're after. If you're after and I can see later on mentions of Marshall JCM 800s, yummy. Let us know what you're after, and we can put a shout out on the site that so and so is looking for. Contact us and we'll hook you up. So basically, we just want to help. We're going to want to build this community, help everyone out, give them a place to come and just speak their musical and audio mind. There you go.
Nice. Yeah, so thanks for the idea, John. That was a great idea.
Great work, and he deserves one of these. Yeah, sweet.
Yes.
Okay, next.
Michael MC says, for the home musician, what is the best way to connect an HX Stomp GT Core type product? My guess is they're not great for amps without an effects loops. Interface or studio monitors best option? That's a really good question. Well, you can, yeah. It is difficult. It is difficult with these sort of things because they are designed as one thing they're designed for, like 4 cable method. So some of the effects going into the front of the amp, if you're using an amp, that is, to go in the front of the amp, and some of the effects to go in the effects loop. So if you haven't got an effects loop, you need a really clean, high headroom amp really to get the best out of them. And even then, I don't think you do get the best out of them. So either an interface, as you're saying, an interface, or studio monitors. Ideally both, I would say, because then if you've got an interface connected up to the studio monitor, you've also got a way of recording said guitar tone to your computer if you've got the interface. James is gone. He's had enough. Okay, so next question. I don't think I can do this. Oh, he's back. You've lost me. No, I can't hear you. Huh? I need to reboot. Okay, I'll reboot. Okay. You can hear me, can you? You can't hear me. Okay. Is everyone? James. James, it's you. It's you. You are. Okay. So can I just ask? Can someone in the comments? Okay. James. Yeah, great. Okay. They've got me. Okay. It's all good. Right. I'll answer some questions while James is trying to sort stuff out. Cabin pulses, please. I wonder what that was referring to, Matt. Yeah, give me some. Yeah, let me know what you mean by that. Okay, J Mabs 509. Do you have any experience with the Bugera 1990 series of amps?
I'm back.
Yeah, he's back. Guess who's back?
Back again.
Okay. Do you have any experience with the James? Come down. Thank you. Do you have any experience with the Bugera 1990 series of amps? I would like to purchase a JCM 800, but funds been a bit tight. Bugera does seem to be a decent compromise on tone versus price. James, is Bugera the company that's owned by Behringer?
It is, yes.
Right.
It's funny because I was looking at these the other day thinking, do you know what? For not a lot of cash, you're getting quite a lot of amp.
Right.
So I'm almost tempted to take a cheeky punt on one.
Okay.
I might have funds. I might just take a cheeky one. Let me just.
I'm guessing that our relationship with Behringer, after the way that we talk about them in every in every live stream, they're not going to send us one to try out.
No, but don't do that anyway.
Oh, they don't do that. Okay.
Don't do that. But they not going to. I can't go there because it would be deemed libelous, and I don't want to go down that route. I'm interested in talking about that amp because I'm worth a cheeky punt, isn't it?
Okay. And how much are they?
I don't think they're that much, but I think they're about £600-700 for the best one. They're not that much.
It doesn't sound like. It doesn't sound that. I mean, it's not.
Let me have a look.
For a valve amp, that still sounds. I think you can get. Okay, yeah, you have a look for a second. Okay,
so the 1990 Infinium from Gear for Music is 449 quid. That's the head.
Okay.
The G20 Infinium is 269 quid.
Oh,
That's that's not a lot of dough for a Valve amp.
no, not at all.
That's
No.
not that's cheeky punt territory. I'd be tempted. I'll have a look at the number.
What'd you call me? What'd you
I
call
said
me?
cheeky punt. I'll take a
Oh.
cheeky punt.
Okay.
I wasn't being rude. You dabbing.
No, I'm joking. Right. David Stockton. Thank you, David. Choice paralysis. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Thanks.
As in going through all the different IRs and stuff. The Geester. Been playing acoustic guitar since lockdown, April last year. Nice one, and really enjoying it. Brilliant. Looking to add an electric guitar. Is there such a thing as a Ford Focus do-it-all of the electric guitar world? 700, less than 750. That is a brilliant question,
and it's an easy one to answer.
Go on then.
It's I'm trying to think what the actual model. It's a half decent Strat will get you 99.9% of the way there. But if you want something that's HSS, go for a Yamaha Pacifica, one of the top ones. That's a great guitar.
That's quite full focus. I think you're probably right there. I would say do it all. I would say, and unless you're particularly into metal, I would go for like a really versatile guitar, something like a Telecaster, Mexican Telecaster. You'll get for 750.
Mm-hmm. That is a US one, and depending, we don't know where you are in the world. But you're talking British pounds, so you're probably over here. That was bought in the States a couple of years ago. It's an American one, and after translation and taxes or not taxes, it was about 600 quid for an American one. Yeah, because the pound dollar at the time.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah, I think I'd look at that. I think you might be able to get a second-hand American Telecaster for 750. Other than that, I'm trying to think of some decent sort of guitars. Reverend make great guitars.
You might get an SE, as in a
PRS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely get a PRS SE for that. You definitely would. I think I'd go for a Mexican Stratotelli. Whatever you prefer. That's what I would do.
Yes, it'll be a Strat.
And if anyone else has any suggestions, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Where are we? Michaeli says, Matt, I always use my own impulses. The one that I made with my cab and microphones. Maybe because I'm used to it. Oh, nice one. That's a good idea.
Shout.
Yeah, excellent. David says, hi Paul, I've opened a new reverb shop, so the old link won't work. I've emailed you the link to the new store. Cheers, David. Shall I show David's shop?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Do it.
Okay, let me close that. I'm not closing the wrong one. Let me do this, and I'll. Here we go. So David has got a new shop. Here we go. Okay, share. I have to share, don't I? There we go. Had a week off and don't know what I'm doing.
Disgraceful.
Are we on? Has he gone again? Hold on. What is going on? Can't hear you, James. James has gone again. Okay. Let's do this. Let's stop. Okay. Can you guys tell us if James is... Yeah, I think James has gone again. Sorry, guys. This is, for some reason, we're having internet problems tonight. Okay. So next question. David, I'll come back to that. If that's okay. Andy John says, Paul, do you still have the Reverend? I'm thinking about dropping this Fishman pickups into my telly. Do you still like them? Yeah, really good. I think, Andy, if you've, depending on what telly you've got, and if you really don't like the pickups in your telly, the Fluence pickups, they do sound really, really good. They're not, you there? You back? We can't hear you. Okay. Try again. Yes, I do still have it. He's having a tantrum. What can I say about it? Don't think of it as in. I think they advertise those pickups as one sounds like a 52 telly and one sounds like a 62 telly or something, and they don't. It's not like that. They definitely have a sound to them, and they're definitely more gainy than a normal set of telly pickups. So if you want a pickup set that's got a bit more drive than a standard sort of telly pickup set, they do sound great. He's back.
It's a drive, must be. It's this bloody.
Yes, back. Okay.
Where were we at? Where was you?
Andy Johns. I've done Andy. I've answered Andy's question. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Okay, Carl Thompson. It does have an effects loop. Yes, we did that, didn't we? Matt Wiltshire said, "What about the HX effects?" As a pedal, as a first pedal. Yeah, I think the HS effects is, it's great. Absolutely. The thing about these multi effects is if someone's just getting used to he's back.
I'm back.
Okay, great. If someone's getting used to they just started off with amplifiers and valve amplifiers, it might be a little bit too much to throw all those effects at them. And some people just prefer single effects. But yeah, the HX effects is excellent.
Where'd you get to, buddy? Because I'm. There we go.
We are now on Carl Thompson. It has reverb.
Yeah, it does. That's good.
Down. Okay, next one down. SD. We'll just get a Boss GT1 and call it a day. Yeah, the Boss GT1's great. Sounds brilliant.
Or you could win one.
That's a good idea. Yes. So yeah. Make sure you enter the competition.
Definitely.
As long as you don't live too far away. Now, honestly, no, it doesn't matter where you live. I'm going to send it wherever. So it's hopefully it's not going to crucify me. David Bro says, "You guys convinced me to buy a Flashback 2. It's really great." Oh, nice one.
They are great. They're really good.
Yeah, they are really good. Really good unit. Keith Milner says, "Evening all. Hello, mate. Sorry I can't stay long as I'm cooking a chicken." Is that euphemism? Chicken. Okay. Michaeli says it's got a Sans amp, first version 1, and an MXR blue box. Oh, nice one.
Very cool. I had the Sans amp PSA one, the rack unit that I absolutely loved.
I had the PSA one as well. Why do we sell them?
I should never get rid of it. I actually really got into the programming of them, as in knowing what all the buzz and fuzz and all that sort of stuff actually meant. I got some really good tones out of it.
It was really complicated though with all those names.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Hold on. Maybe Michaeli was saying he's got that for sale.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe he was saying that. Is that what you're saying, Michaeli? Let us know. Okay, Keith Milner says.
Sorry, I just saw chicken. I thought.
We're turning into a chicken cooking show. Next one. What do you guys have for sale? Have you got anything for sale?
I probably have. In fact, when I start moving the studio from here into the new studio, I probably will have some stuff for sale. So I will put it up here first. It probably won't be that guitar centric. It might be more studio centric, but I will put it on our page first so you can have a look. And if you fancy it, then I'll let it go direct, and we can just cut out the eBay middleman.
Absolutely. Yeah, no good way of doing it. I funny enough, I just listed a bunch of stuff on eBay because it was like a £2 selling fee, and then but it was only up until Sunday, so I pulled it off. An Antelope Edge Duo microphone. I'm selling that. It's really good, isn't it, James?
I like them. Yeah.
To be honest, it's all just studio stuff. It's like little preamps. I've got a Marg EQ Pre 4, which is a little 500 series preamp. Michaela will know what that is. And a Phoenix Audio DSR1, another 500 series, like a Neve preamp, and an API lunchbox. But you guys probably won't be interested in that. It's not guitar stuff.
Probably not. I'll have a look through my tons of guitar-y centric stuff and see what anybody might be interested in. I've got a few things that are probably lying around that I don't need, is the honest answer. So we'll have a look.
Right. Michaeli says he's looking for a digital Mellotron. Oh, super cool.
Very, very cool piece.
Super cool. Michael MC, I'm looking for a red Sir Alt T. If you know anyone that can sell theirs. If you're interested, I mean, to be honest, I don't mind, because if it's something that I can sell and then buy something else for the channel and then do some more videos on, I can always get another one at some point. I don't mind.
It's not like that's a particularly rare beast, is it?
No, not at all. So Keith says that he knows someone with the Marshall JVM 210C for sale.
That's a nice amp.
Nice. Is that one with it's got lots of controls to JVM, isn't it? It's got like. See, I really like the. I'm really into sort of. I want a vintage. I want a vintage 800 or a vintage. Silver Jubilee, but the big one. I quite fancy them because they do sound great. Those, I mean, the little amps sound killer.
I'm going to skip through all the we can't hear you, we can hear you, we can't hear you stuff. Because,
okay, yeah, great, yeah.
Because that seems daft.
Keith Milner says it's a cheap Bugera and they're actually pretty good. Nice one. I mean, I imagine they would be. I mean, it's not. It's and I'm guessing it's all sort of PCB mounted stuff, and it's all just probably all made by machines now, isn't it? It's just
at this point though, we have to celebrate Dave Olsen. And I can't press. He's
Dave, I didn't see that.
I can't press the button because I'm going direct in my laptop because I think that's where the problems are. But
should we do a little clappy then? Thanks, Dave. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Oh, shall we just go back? Talking about that, should we just go back now and do the Highland Plectrum Company business?
Yes. I can share your page now.
Can you show?
There it is.
Right. Okay. So this is what David makes. So it's here. We've got like these old sort of Chinese, and they're lovely. I've got some of them that sound great. And they really like those ones as well. So these are coins. These are obviously like proper coins that have been filed down into a plectrum, and don't think of these as like almost like a keepsake jewelry thing. They sound amazing. Let's go to the other one.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. If I can find my favorite one, which is obviously going to be at the, because as I said, they're so heavy. Right, my favorites. And David, you've got to let us know when you get some more of these. James, can we unshare now? Is that all right?
So hang on 1 second. There we go.
Right, my favourites, and you can tell by how much I've worn it, these old British pennies. Just size-wise and weight-wise, and the tone out of them. Have I gone?
No, so I was trying to put you front and centre, but I couldn't do it. So
unbelievable. So one of these British pennies, and I've got a few of them. They are. Oh no, that one wasn't. No, that was a $50 or something. Yeah, British pennies. They sound brilliant. Highly recommend them. Okay, enough plugins.
Yes.
Okay, let's let me close that lot down there so I know where I am. Okay, next one.
Yeah, and that's from JMabs. I think that's
Bugera amps, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
that's
excellent.
Not bad. Yeah.
Michaeli says, I think you guys could give Mr. Uli a chance. I've had great experience with their analog synths. Yeah, I think the synths are really rated. And Jack, Jack's been on the show. He used to come on the show. Really rates them. I think it's great. He's just some of the business practice has been a little bit iffy. Let's put it that way.
Let's say questionable, because that way we're not in trouble. Yes.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So I think Lightning Strikes has also said, that PRS SE is a good shout for a all things to all men kind of all things to all guitar players type guitar type thing.
The full focus.
Yeah.
Telly every day. I mean, I'd always choose a telly because a telly, you can do anything with a telly. For me, it's just like, I love tellies. Shepherd says, burgers. Is that burgers?
Yeah, I think that should be Bugera.
Yeah. I love auto correction stuff. 1990 Finneman, fantastic for the money. Oh, nice one. Cheers, Shep. That's
I'm going to investigate one of those.
yeah, excellent. Good tips. SD, if you want something that you can do both humbucker and single coil well, I would recommend start with an HSS, which means humbucker single single. Say that.
Although the guitar I want is actually an SSH Strat.
Oh yeah, isn't it? Okay, so HSS, just in case you didn't know, that's you've got humbucker and 2 single coils, as opposed to a standard sort of Strat, which is 3 single coils.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mexican Strat or a PRSE. Nice.
Yeah.
Stephen says, Paul, did you end up doing the spot on Thomas Blug's site last week? Do you know when we can see it, if you did? So I did the interview with Thomas last week, and I think it's going out next week on their channel. Cool. So luckily, okay, so I'm away next week. So if you can, if anyone wants to watch that, yeah, it's interesting. And he's coming on the show. We're trying to finalize dates at the moment. It's it's proving a little bit difficult, but it's in the next few weeks he'll be on. The Geester, thanks. We'll look at those. Great content. Cheers, mate. Nice one.
There's some more. We're all muted. Blah blah blah. Can't hear James. No.
Oh, hold on. I just seen it. Okay, we'll get down there in a minute. Jerry G, can James let us know what live streaming setup he has so that we can avoid it? I think you're right. So were you going through your laptop as well? Is that what the problem was?
I was going through this. I was going through the Tascam, and I think it's
could be that, couldn't it?
I think it's the Tascam. I'm now going straight through the microphone in my laptop. So
awesome. Much better.
But I can't hear myself, which is kind of weird. So I've got earphones in to hear you, but I can't hear myself through my earphones, which is weird. I'm sure there's a better way of doing it with other stuff, but I just haven't made it work yet. Okay, so Michaeli also says, yes he's selling.
Oh, excellent. And the blue box. Oh, the blue box, the MXR.
Yeah.
Awesomes. Yeah, so if anyone's, I tell you what, James, that could be your thing. You want a rack Sandsam. Is that the PSA 1? That's PSA 1.
I'd be tempted with that, mate. Don't
just send James a message, Michaeli, or leave a message on the website or whatever. You know how to get in contact with us.
You can find us. I'm not difficult to track down online.
Okay.
Next one.
Jerry G is probably Pro Tools based.
Yes, so he's basically saying my there was no Pro Tools in the rig at the time. It's hardware based. So yes. And,
I see. I see.
They were having a go at my.
Oh, so Michaeli's selling an SSL summing mixer. I'm guessing that's the what's the big Alpha Box, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it could be that. Nice.
Have you got your reverb link? I don't know.
As in the reverb link for the Highland Plectrum Company. I think if you just reverb search in the reverb search Highland Plectrum Company, you'll find it.
I'm not sure that I can't actually insert things. So
you can't. Let me hang on. I probably can.
Excellent. Do that. Okay, I'll go to David's post. But he was most generous. He said, "Evening, chaps. Malibu and Coke, anyone?" I'm considering purchasing one of the 20-watt Studio Marshalls, and I love the sound and look of the Plexi, but worried about the lack of master volume. Any views? That's a really good question. So okay, because I use it with a speaker attenuator, I don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. You do have to drive them. The Plexi, especially, you have to drive quite hard to get it to crunch up. I'm
going to post the link because the link is here.
Nice.
So anybody who wants to check out the Highland Plectrum Company, they can do so there.
Excellent.
Hope that helps.
What would you say about the? So David's really, he's really into the. If you go back one, James.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Sorry. Okay. So David says that he really likes the sound and the look of the Plexi, but he's worried about the lack of the master volume. Any views?
At 20 watts, you haven't got to worry about it. is the honest answer.
Well, 20 watts is still very loud.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got
what's
the
the little cab cloner thing? The Captor X. That'll be.
I mean, I would highly recommend. I'd highly recommend getting some sort of speaker attenuator, something like, as James says, the Captor X, because
Marshall Power Brake from 1983. Now, is it me this time or is it Paul? This time it's Paul. It's not me, I think. I'm going to add him back to the stream. He's not there. He's gone, I think. Is it anyone typing? Is it Paul? I'm not, because who knows? I have no idea. So yes, Paul's gone. He'll be back shortly. We're clearly having some issues this evening. Gotta love when these things work really well, haven't you? I think a Captor X, some kind of power brake to load box thing. The 2-note stuff is all very, very good. If you can find a Marshall power brake from a million years ago, that's going to work really, really well. But they are quite rare and still hold their price, which is quite strange. But hey, so yeah, and we've done stuff on the site on YouTube about those sort of things. Paul particularly likes the 2-Notes Torpedo Studio, which I sold him a million years ago. So check that one out. Let's dive in with this one from David Brose. Josh from JHS convinced me to buy the Behringer SF300 Superfuzz. It cost me $19 from Sweetwater. It's actually going to stay on my board. It's amazing for 19 quid. If you didn't check out the JHS review of the Boss pedals, do so, because it's hilarious. Whether you like, say, the business practices of Behringer, or you think that some of their R&D methodologies are a little bit suspect, the gear speaks for itself, and it's really, really good. Where's he gone? He's going to email me now and say I can't get back in. Something like that, isn't it? Let's find out what he's saying now. No, he's actually gone. Shall I call him? Shall I call him back and see what's going on? I'm back. Yes, Paul is not so back. Okay, so it's Paul this time. I'm going to call him and find out what's going on. We will also find his phone at this point as well. Are you having problems? Oh dear. I'm still on. Yeah, we're chatting, and they can now hear you as well. Because hang on a second. This is actually really bizarre, isn't it?
So I'm trying to get my router's just died.
Oh.
For some reason. So yeah, I've reset and
turn it off and on again. Hit it with a hammer.
I've done all that sort of stuff. So while he's doing that, you might just want to ask questions and stuff.
I am. Don't worry. Well, you know, I'm carrying on. You're used to.
I'm here.
All right. So, I've done David Brose's question, but you can't see that anyway. So, Guitar and Fiddle says, "Hi from Ireland. Would you know if there's any way to connect a fiddle with a clip on condenser mic to a Katana Mach 2 and match impedance levels correctly?" Yes, there is. You can get a little. I would normally say that Radio Shack or Tandy used to do these little converters, but you can get them on eBay and stuff. You want a high impedance to low impedance converter. You'll have to power the mic, the condenser side of things, which with a battery pack, which it probably has anyway, depending on the model you're using. But you need to convert it down to high, or convert it up to high impedance from low impedance. It's basically a little plug that's got an XLR on one and a jack on the other, and it's got an impedance converter. If I could find one, there's probably one in that drawer down there. If Paul was on, I'd say cover for me.
Yeah, well, if you give me 2 minutes.
But that doesn't. Oh! Is it working? Is he working?
Hey, we're back. Right. Okay. There we go. Sorry, guys. This is our internet's gone up the Swanee today, isn't it? So it's. Oh gosh.
Anywho, yeah. So basically, it's a little plug about that big. It looks like a big chunky jack connector thing. That goes from low impedance to high impedance. That'll work perfectly well. What I would do before you go into a katana or into any amp is put a pedal in the way. Even if you don't use the pedal will act as a buffer in most cases. That's
actually, yeah, whatever he said, actually, yes, exactly what you said.
Because I've done it 100 times. Gone with a fiddle, a violin, with a bugger or some kind of clip or a piezo or whatever into an amp. The best way to do it is with a piezoelectric pickup, those kind of clamps that clamp on the bridge. That way you don't get the feedback issues, because obviously a condenser.
What sort of clip-on condensers? I'm trying to think what that is. I've never seen a clip-on condenser.
Yeah, you get like basically one of these.
Oh, of course. Okay, cool. Yeah, that could feed back, couldn't it?
Yeah. Whereas if you use a piezoelectric plate, they clamp onto the bridge. Double bass players use them for jazz gigs, and they don't feed back.
Yeah.
Just an idea. Stephen James is going to set up the next section perfectly.
Shall we? Do I need to share myself again, or can you share me?
You certainly do need to share yourself.
Okay. Share screen. Should we go to the first? There's always gear news with us.
This looks serious, doesn't it? It's like they've joined the A game.
Look at that. How great does that look? Yeah. I think that's really impressive.
I want one of those.
Yeah. And I'm guessing because it's head rush, I'm guessing it's got a touch screen.
And it's all going to be 11 rack derivative stuff. And that to me is going to be ace. I want that in my life. Yeah. Funnily enough, you know, we're talking about small things. I saw on eBay that I can't remember who it is. One of our faithful has a Johnson Millennium amp, and I'm after watching your pod video.
Oh yeah,
I was going to go and try. I've been trying to find a Johnson J Station, one of the old kind of pod type things, because I really liked that, and I thought, do you know what? I'll do one. And I didn't realize, but they were originally endorsed by one Yngwie Malmsteen.
You want to know why? Because it's J Station, because Yngwie J Malmsteen. That's why.
Yes, I know. Yeah, so I might try and pick up one of those and do some videos on that thing, because I loved that thing. I really did.
Oh, interesting.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, nice one.
So that looks really cool, and I want one. And it'll be reasonably cheap as well, because it just will be.
Should we see what's it's available now, and it's $400.
That's a no-brainer.
Absolute bargain. Okay.
I'm just going to write my shopping list.
Spend some money. You just come back from holiday and you want to spend some. Look at this. So, okay, I thought this was really interesting, because the first Gibson Les Paul ever is to go on sale. Now, what do you reckon this is going to go for?
£1 million.
It's got to be $1 million, isn't it?
It's got to be £1 million, isn't it?
I mean, it's dog ugly. I mean, I love the patina. I love all of, you know, how it's all.
I don't love the sockets and.
That's for me. If it was anything else, that's the only thing for me. I mean, what happened is it's got a socket down there, but someone went, "Oh, that doesn't work anymore." Do you know what I'll do? I'll stick one in there as well.
It's going to be £1 million guitar, isn't it?
It's got to be. I don't know if they've got anything down here that says what it's expected to go for, but no, it hasn't. But that's. I mean, it looks. I mean, you know, what a piece of history. It's got to be $1 million. It's got to be $1 million.
You've got to play it though, and unfortunately, for £1 million, that's going to go in a glass case in someone's collection and never be played again.
Well, unless Bonamassa buys it.
Has he got £1 million? I know he's a.
Oh, geez, yeah. I think he has, and the rest.
Yeah, probably.
Next one. Oh no, that's where I look it up. Okay, now this is something we always moan about, and I'm sorry this is not very guitar-y, but I reckon they listen to our show, James.
I'd like to think they do. I've actually done a couple of reviews of this piece of kit, the Pro Tools Carbon. It's very good. It really is good. it's probably the best thing for music that Avid have made since the 11 rack, and that is high praise from me indeed. It just makes sense that they actually give you a proper license. Come on.
So does that mean that you get a license for life? Is that what that means?
Perpetual means you get your year's free updates.
Yeah.
And you get to keep it at the end. You get stuck on whichever version you get to at the end of that year, unless you buy into the upgrade plan. But
here we go. This is not as good as I thought.
That's what I understand it means. I could be wrong, and if I am, but
and I don't even think we should give them any more screen time. They can stuff that. Right. Now I thought this was interesting. Look at that. How good does that look?
Again, it does have overtones of things by companies like Mackie.
It does.
Certainly Mackie, and but I mean, look, the I/O on it speaks for itself.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, that is. It looks good. I mean, so they are, Michaela. So we don't always slag off Behringer. I don't think that's I think that's that looks great. Anyway.
The only thing they have to get right, and I will say this to any audio interface manufacturer, is your interface is only good as your drivers, as it turns out.
Okay. Yeah. Next one. Now, I thought this was really interesting. So I'll read it out. Designed in California by Believable Audio, OAMP, pronounced WAMP apparently, supplies guitarists with 29 dB of gain along with some filtering to condition and sweeten your instrument signal. Will this boutique box of tricks have you reaching for your wallet? So I think it's quite interesting. It's expensive.
How much is expensive?
It's $300, I think.
Oh, okay. So I thought you said 1,000 for a minute.
No. But you know, there's no way they could sell that for $1,000 for $1,000. There's no way. So, I think they've priced it at the maximum they can price it for.
Is the idea that it sweetens your tone if you're using a radio? Because if it improves your tone if you're using a guitar radio pack, that's a no-brainer, because everyone goes, oh, radios are great, but they really mess around with your sound. If that's a way to get your radio sound back.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, yes, it could be, but Angus Young, listen to his guitar tone. Always goes to a radio unit.
That is true.
One of the best tones ever. So it's
a $4,000. It's a $4,000 radio system he's using. It's not just a Nady 01 from 1983.
No, I don't think so. But anyway, I thought it was quite interesting. I'd really like to try one out just to make sure. I mean, I hate those things like I always used to have, take the piss out of Dan Hawkins, bass player, because he used to have these really expensive power cables. And he swore that it made his bass amp sound better. And I personally didn't think so, because Dan sounded great anyway, but how can a cable sound great coming from the wall when the cabling around the building is crap? It can't improve that. But anyway, one of those things. So $300, I'd be quite interested to try one.
See, I'm a great believer in, I call it the last 1%.
Yeah.
Get all the little things like those cymbal adapters I've got, and the good quality cabling and good quality cables for your power supply. I mean, no, I'm not talking chicken wire. I'm talking something half decent to run your pedal power supplies, things like that. I'm a great believer in spending a bit more money than just like the freebies that you get with it, because it's all those things are built down to a cost, down to a price. So if this can get for 300 quid, if this can get me back up to, or $300, 200 quid can get me back up that, that extra another percent, another 0.5%, it's 300 quid well spent.
Yeah. And definitely.
Honestly, I think it could be 300 quid well spent if you use it on every single session, and every single session makes it sound that little bit better.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm interested in one of them, so that might be going on my shopping list.
Get your wallet out.
Yeah, I might do that actually. Right, have you seen this? Sorry, we're doing a little bit of studio stuff. So Heritage Audio, have you seen this, James? This has been touted around this week.
Mm-hmm. Mate, I've been totally off the grid. Even if I'd wanted to, the Wi-Fi in the Isle of Wight is horrendous. The signal,
really,
yeah,
really. Anyway, it's a rack EQ. I'm guessing it's single channel and it's £2,000. So we'll say no to that as well. Now where is it? Huh? That's that's the original electric guitar, isn't it? The Les Paul original.
Yeah.
Now what I wanted to show was, look at that! I love a beaten up guitar. But what does Willie Nelson's guitar Trigger? That's what it's called. Have you seen it? It's got this massive hole in it.
Hole from a pick. Yeah. That's amazing.
You know, that guitar's worth
a gazillion pounds.
Absolutely, gazillion pounds. Love it though. So Gibson, I think it was yesterday actually, released this, which is the Tony Iommi SG Special. So they've done one of these before. They did a custom shop version, which was uber expensive, and now they're doing like a USA factory one. But I didn't know that. I didn't know Tony Iommi played P90s.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't know that.
The Epiphone Tony Iommi that was the pre-runner of like this one, which wasn't actually a cheap guitar considering it was an Epiphone, was was 4 figures. It sounded great. And was P90s, I think.
I'd like an SG. I think that might be my next guitar.
I'd like an SG and a 335.
Yeah. That's true. 335.
Sorry, we'll stop now. No, we won't.
Okay. Lastly,
looks weird.
I think it looks great.
Looks weird. I didn't say look bad. It just looks weird.
Yeah. So but you think so? So this is like it's a PRS.
Ultralight.
Ultralight. So basically, it's got a piezo bridge thing. But do you know what it looks like to me without the pickups? It looks like, do you remember those Line 6 guitars that came out?
The Variax.
Variaxes, the first Variaxes. That's what it looks like. But anyway, it's
it'll play beautifully, but it looks weird.
Yeah. But it's quite expensive. It is £13,500.
Get your wallet out.
Yeah, that's going to be a no. That's going to be a no. But yeah, anyway, that's the news. Right.
We are. So Michaeli is. Yes, it is a PSA 1, and nice. Yes, I am. Michaeli, email me. I'm interested. And your personal reverb. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, no, we don't have. We haven't got a reverb. I mean, I might have a reverb.
I haven't.
Reverb.
No. It's eBay for me.
Yeah, isn't that funny? David says, email me your address, Paul, and I'll send you a few down. Thank you so much for the plug. Very much appreciate it. Oh, anytime, mate. Anytime. Thank you very much, mate. Awesomes. Is it sticking his hand up?
Gotta try.
Creepy, James.
Gotta try.
He also says, I bought a second-hand Wazza tube expander. So maybe okay. Oh, nice one. Excellent. Well, that's a really good choice. That to me, I think what I was trying to do is not to try and suggest everyone goes and buys like a really expensive unit like that. The Wazza tube amp expander is awesome. So don't worry about the master volume, or let me know why you're worried about it. Personally, don't worry about it. It sounds awesome. It will sound
enjoy
awesome.
It.
Yeah. You'll love it.
Enjoy it.
You'll love that. You'll love the Plexi. Be great.
Right. So after that, we got a whole load of "You're gone, I'm back." Then the thing is, when I'm back, it's so weird. I'm like, because I don't know if I'm back or not. It's weird. Anyway, back to the action.
Oh, fiddles.
Yes.
Yeah. Anytime guitar and fiddle.
Hopefully that will get you close. If you do want any more help on that, come back to us directly, and we will point you in the right direction of some particular models and stuff once we've done a bit of research.
Okay, Michael P's in the house. Howdy, y'all. I'm so late. No, you're right, mate. Better late than never.
There's no detentions in this world. Don't worry.
Lee Will says, do you have any hobbies or interests outside of music? I do. I've got mountain biking. Is my thing.
My thing is sailing when it's allowed to be.
You sail?
I love sailing.
What sort of boats?
Whatever I can get into. One of the lovely things about being in the Isle of Wight, which is very boaty and floaty and stuff, is I spent quite a lot of time on a kayak this week. I've spent quite a lot of time sailing a topper, which is, the smallest of small boats. Then I found out the guy who lent me the topper has actually got a 23-foot cruiser. So there's every chance that I might actually get out on that. Every time I come back, I'm so close to buying a boat, and then then we do something on the house. But
yeah. I used to sail quite a lot.
I love it. I absolutely adore it.
Yeah, good fun. Michaeli says, bye Abid, life is happier now. Completely agree, mate. Completely agree. Since I stopped using Pro Tools, I'm much happier. Atari Wolf, hi guys. I know it's very difficult to make money from music nowadays. However, what genre gives a newbie the best chance, even if it's just a bit of pocket money? Thanks. That's a really good question.
Honestly, in my experience, and this is purely my experience, if you're a newbie in the country world, the country music people, I'm not going to say country and western because that's very specific genre of country. Country music people are the most forgiving, they are the most lovely people, and they will spend on product they like. Just putting it out there.
That's a fair point, but I also think they're very I think it's like country music comes from a specific place. I think it's very hard for someone who's not Nashville based or not Southern States based to end up as a. Go on, name me one. I mean, I can name one British country artist.
I'm not sure I can even do that, to be honest.
Yeah, see, it's so hard.
But we're talking pocket money. We're not talking Garth Brooks.
Okay.
Pardon?
I think it depends what you want to do. Do you mean from writing music? Do you mean from producing music? Do you mean from playing music? There's so many different things. I mean, I think if it's playing music, it's just being average or above average, if you can be, at playing covers, I think, and you'll make money from playing covers.
Singer-songwriters also do very well, because singer-songwriters are cheap to employ as a gig, as an entertainment source. If you are an acoustic guitar player and you have one of those little Bose, I know people who do this. They'll go out and do weddings with a Bose stick PA thing, an acoustic guitar, and bash out 35 songs that people love to listen to and dance to, and they'll get paid very, very well. I think you're right. Should we ask Atari Wolf? Let us know what you mean by making money from music. Do you mean, let us know how you mean making money. Do you mean like writing, performing as an artist, as a just let us know, and then I think we can answer that question. Are you willing to sell your soul, or have you already sold it? Is another question as well, because we always had a gag in my band that the function dog had bitten. We'd given up the dreams of being in originals bands because the function dog had taken a good large bite and got hold, because functions pay well. They do, and once you get involved, once you start earning money, it's hard to not do it. Yeah. Cheers, Shahar's effing missed you guys. Missed you too. Missed you. At last, mate. Lee Wild, what's the best piece of advice another musician ever gave you? Another great question. Play for the song. And that's from other drummers. Play for the song, not for your ego. Yeah, that's really good. Don't overplay. It's probably the best piece of advice you can. And you won't listen, you won't learn it, you'll lose gigs, and it's the thing that everybody says. But play for the song, not for practice. Because I've done gigs with bands where the bass player or the guitarist has been there, and it's a means of practice for them, and it's just wank. It's absolutely rubbish. It doesn't give you the rest of the band just sit there and look at them and snarl. It's not fun. Play for the song, play together as a band, and you'll have a great laugh.
It is true, actually. It is. I mean, it's funny. I guess once you get to a certain age, it happens less and less. But there are people that turn up to a gig and all they want to do is impress, and it's like that's not what it's about.
The way to impress me is for I've done some gigs with percussionists where I haven't known them, and drums and percussion has got to be a pretty tight unit.
Yeah.
And I've done, turn up to a gig, and the percussionist said to me, I'll get out your way. I said, no, I'll stay out your way. You do the clever stuff. I'll lay it down. And it was brilliant. We had a great night because every time it was almost like he sensed when I was going to go for something and got out of the way. And likewise, it was brilliant. Do you know Matt? Oh God, I've got his surname now. Matt from Bedford.
Matt.
Great. Matt from Bedford.
Yeah.
Great guitar, great percussionist.
Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
No, Fat Matt.
Flat Cat Matt.
No.
No.
No. Anyway, Shahabar says saw Guns N' Roses band was saw Guns N' Roses band was awesome. However, poor Axel couldn't hit the high notes. It was uncomfortably embarrassing. It is a bit like that now, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Fat Axel.
Was it Axel and friends, or was it actually Guns N' Roses? Because I've seen Guns N' Roses, or in the last 5 years, with Buckethead and
Bumblefoot,
and another but that's not Guns N' Roses. That's Axl Rose and friends. But now Slash and Duff McKagan and Izzy Stradlin all back with him with another drummer because Steven Adler's still crawling out of his own primordial ooze. Probably. I saw Adler's Appetite actually a few years after he left Guns N' Roses, and it was amazing because it was basically it was like what are they called? Who's that comedy metal band? Who aren't comedy? They're really good. Steel Panther.
Steel Panther. Sorry.
Steel Panther. It was like them, but you've got Steven Adler just off his box.
Awesome. He did do some good drumming though on the first couple of albums. Good.
Yeah.
Har says, by the way, he said further down, he said Slash, Duff, and Axl, new drummer. Awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Proper band. Proper Guns N' Roses.
Shahar says played a variety of vintage Les Pauls through his Silver Jubilee, sounding fantastic. Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yummy.
That's a good tone. That's a good tone. That. Michele says this is a Westworld guitar. Oh, yes, the PRS. The
Westworld, yes. Oh, I loved Westworld. Until it got a bit weird towards the end. But anyway.
Next one. Shahar says, James, if it flies, floats, rent it. Came up, he says Keith Urban. Yeah, it's true. Loads of money there.
Keith Urban. But wasn't Garth Brooks the single?
I think he's saying that basically Keith Urban is not from, but it's like it's rare, isn't it? Because where's he from? Is he New Zealand or Australian? I can't remember.
Don't know.
Okay. DCL says, what are your guys' opinion on the price of pedals these days? All hype, or are they worth it? That's a really good question.
I think if it makes the noise you like and you can afford it and you like it and you want it, pay for it. As has been proven by the JHS video, and I can't remember the guy's name from JHS, but when he analysed all the Behringer pedals and went, these things sound amazing, that's a great way to save yourself some money and get some great pedals. However, if you're the sort of guy who's about to drop £1,000 on a Klon, you're welcome to it. Well, all right, 2,000, 3,000, however much. Enjoy it, get it. I'm not. I don't have boutique pedals. I've got new stuff that sounds good and will last.
Yeah, I like boutique. I do like boutiquey pedals, but I mean, I've said this before. I mean, you can pick up that for £60, £60, and it sounds just as good as a pedal that I've got down there that's £300. So the thing is, all the components that go inside these things are pennies, aren't they, James?
Oh, fractions of pennies, because they're buying them by the gazillion. And actually, you'd be really upset if you saw, like, for example, I've got a fuzz face down there, which is a big thing, and there's about 10 components in it.
Yeah.
And yet it was 100 and something quid.
Yeah.
And then there's the Eric Johnson signature model, the Bonamassa signature model, and the component. It's component values and a few different resistors and stuff that makes them what they are. So don't be upset if you like the Behringer stuff or Frontline or the TC stuff or whatever. Don't be upset that it's not boutiquey and old and limited edition or whatever. Just enjoy it. Yes,
Yeah.
Pedals. I mean, I remember when we used to go out and buy the plastic pedals. I can't remember what they were called. They look like tanks. The adverts for them were tanks on all the magazines. Was it Ibanez pedals?
Oh,
They look like
black.
They look like
black ones.
Yes, yeah, Ibanez pedals. They were, and we bought them because they were small and cool. It was long before the micro pedals, like the really narrow super slot pedals. We bought them because they were cheap. They were plastic and didn't last very long, but they sounded great.
Yeah, but in terms of what do we think? I mean, I think things are a bit overpriced, but at the moment,
to be honest, you could do a lot worse than filling your pedal board with a whole load of Boss pedals. You could do a lot worse.
Definitely, Boss stuff sounds great. Lee Will says, "Who's your favourite Rockin' Roger, Daltrey or Waters?" Waters for me.
Waters. I've never been a huge Who fan, but I'm a massive Floyd fan.
Yeah. I don't get Roger Daltrey, to be honest. But
I wouldn't mind being a penny behind him.
Oh yeah. Chris P says, so pedal prices, Klon Hype, what's your view? Got a KTR and it's really great. If you've got a KTR, definitely. So Klon Hype it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
I've got an RTD 800 Maxon.
Yeah,
and it's every bit a clod, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's so if you got a KTR, the KTR is the closest thing I'd say. Mm-hmm. It sounds. I mean, it sounds the same. If someone says it sounds different, I don't.
But these all make your guitar sound different.
I know they would. Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, it's so true. We'll do that next time we're together. I will get a sound up. We'll get a sound up, and we'll play exactly the same guitar, exactly the same sound. And James will play it, and I'll play the same thing, and we'll show how different things can sound just with the way that different people
fingers. Play. Exactly.
Ish. Go on, James. Help me with that.
Ishiri kid, I reckon.
Okay. Looking for a good practice solution for easy, quiet playing and recording. Should I get Neural DSP plugin or invest in something like an HX Stomp? Oh, it's a good question.
That new Headrush board would be amazing.
Yeah.
For $300.
Yeah, I think I would. I personally, I'm not a massive fan of the plugins. I think they sound good. I think you're easily held back.
It's all to do with your input impedance, though. Yeah. Get something that's doing that for you. That's why 11 Rack was so great, because it sorted out all the inputs for you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yes, have a look at the HX Stomp. The HX Stomp, great. Have a look at the new Headrush.
It looks really cool.
Yeah. Shahar says, what is the difference between a quid and a pound? I can't quid. You can't quid his wife fast. I would a quid and a pound exactly the same, mate.
Yeah, pound, a squid, a quid. Yeah, all the same thing. It's British slang.
South London.
Aye.
John Randall says, pedals with value, Tone City. I have 3 of them and they're so great. £40 a piece. Durple, Sweet Cream, and Mandragora. Nice one. Yeah, the Tone City pedals. I think they're Chinese made pedals.
Yeah.
But again, it's just components. It's all. Yeah. Michael says, no, not a Who fan. Oh no, not a Who fan. My first rock show in 1969. I can't hear anymore.
Pardon?
Yes. Known for being loud.
Oh yeah.
Known for being loud. Chris P. KTR paid £300, so got a great deal on it. Honestly, nice one. I can get the same sound out of my. I can get the same. Okay, sorry. KTR paid 300 quid, so got a great deal on it. Honestly, I can get the same sound out of my Bosch GT1000. Awesome.
Yeah, then flog it and enjoy GT1000.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I haven't shown the guitar yet, have I? I mean, I've done a video.
No.
I've done a video on it, but there's the. I've got to
very-
move it around. I'll move it
it's
around to get all the flames on it and stuff.
The flame is beautiful.
It's nice, isn't it? And that's not a 10 top. That's that's their standard top. I didn't want to go for a 10 top.
Has it got pull pots, or is it just?
Okay, so pull pots, as in the Dictator.
No, that's Pol Pot's. I was thinking Pol Pot's the opera singer who won Britain's Got Talent.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So on the video, I said it hasn't, because the thing is, you do this to appear. You do this.
Yeah.
And then you do it enough times.
So I wonder if mine has, because I don't think it has, but
I don't think yours has. No,
it hasn't. I don't want to rip the thing apart.
I'd pretty much say I don't think the narrow fields are tappable, whatever they do.
Sorry, I'll just put it down.
What Shah says, Paul, that new guitar is drool worthy. Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, hopefully yours will turn up soon. I know Shahar's got one coming.
Nice.
Someone did actually ask a question on one of the videos, and I thought it might be worth talking about.
Go on then.
Just as I've shown that. Someone said, hold on, let me get rid of this.
We're so well prepared. I really can't believe the internet has let us down again.
What's going on?
The internet's let us down again with our backwards, forwards, up and down. Are we on? Are we not?
Oh yeah, shocking, yeah.
But hey, that's the wonders of live broadcast, boys and girls.
Absolutely. So Frank L said, since I'm about to buy my Desert Island guitar, which would you pick? This, so the Sir Alt T,
yeah,
a PRS DGT, which is like my gold one.
Yeah,
you can get them with flame tops or whatever, or natural wood finishes and stuff.
Yeah,
or the PRS Studio, that one, the one I've just shown you.
Oh, see, knowing the narrow fields as I now do, I don't think the Sir Alt T's in the running for me,
right? Because
it's a one-trick pony. It's a great trick, but it is a one-trick pony compared to the other two. I think it's the new one with the narrow fields, because those narrow fields, the variation in tone you can get. Would you agree that winding them back changes the character of the pickup?
I haven't done a lot of winding back, to be honest. It's all been full
Balls
on
to the wall. Yeah,
it's been a little bit like that since I've got it.
Try it. Just go for it. Go for a chord with overdrive, clean on the verge of breakup, and then wind it back and listen to how the tone cleans up, and then you can play nice, sort of still richy, bluesy kind of cleany stuff. If you really dig in hard, you're going to get a bit more grit, and then wind it up and you go, and the roar comes out. They're amazing.
Oh, nice. I'll try that. Shahar says DGT for the win. I think the DGT is really versatile. I think it depends if you like. So to this guy, I did say, come on the show and ask a question. So Frank L, I mean, if you like Les Pauls, go for the DGT. If you like more that sort of thing, and if you like something that's more like an HSS type of thing, a
versatile guitar, that's gonna be the way forward.
Yeah. He does say, yeah. I tell you what though, I had this. I've had this eBay feed sort of bothering me every day on emails.
Yeah,
and there's this at the moment in the UK. There's this green PRS DGT wood library, which is like the best. That's the best bit. And the thing about the wood libraries are the necks are all flame maple necks, and it is unbelievable, this guitar. If I hadn't bought that, I'd be buying that.
Well, you'd have bought that. You said to me.
I would have bought that, and I'd have bought. John was selling the Swamp Ash Special.
I don't need to know. I don't need to
I know.
know. Just
I know.
stop. Yeah.
Anyway, Lee, next one. Okay. Lee Will says, thoughts on signature guitars? Why so expensive? Kurt Cobain's is 1,200 quid. Kurt would be turning in his grave if he knew. That's pretty fair.
And also, does the Kurt Cobain one only come with 5 strings?
Did he not have 6 strings?
Played 5 strings.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, so the whole point of the signature guitar is that the artist or the artist's estate, as in Kurt Cobain, is earning money out of it. So, you know, these companies if Joe Bonamassa does a run of Les Pauls, he's earning quite a sizable chunk out of every single Les Paul that gets sold. Same with Yngwie Malmsteen or Eric Johnson, that sort of thing. So they're always going to be more expensive.
I saw a Johnson Strat on eBay the other day. I was very tempted for.
Nice. How much?
I think it was 1,300 quid for the rosewood neck, bound neck. That's what put me off.
Did it? Oof.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Bound neck on a Strat. Oh God.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. That is a bit weird. Okay. Yeah. So I don't mind it. If the thing is, if you really want that person's guitar, you're probably going to be up for spending the extra bit of money to have their, having their signature model.
The only guitar I'd spend, the only two guitars I would spend over the odds on would be a Gary Moore signature Les Paul, or the black Strat, the relict Dave Gilmour.
Nice.
But they're lots of money.
Yeah, lots of money. Ishinuru Kid. I struggle to get a good high gain tone from my 5815 LT pickups in my 594 into my EVH LBX. Wow. Any advice? I've tried a tube screamer and it doesn't really do the trick. I'm really surprised, to be honest. I didn't notice the 5815s to be that low output. The thing is, okay, so I have to explain about, if anyone doesn't know about, if he doesn't understand about low turn outputs or low gain outputs.
I don't understand about that.
Great. Okay. If you have a high gain output, something like a nail bomb, a load of different bare knuckle type pickups that aren't the vintage style pickups, they give loads of gain, there's no clarity. So the less gain, the more clarity. The old, like a 58, 59 Les Paul, 57 Les Paul had lower output pickups than you would probably expect, which gives them more clarity.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get as much
sense,
bottom end woolliness in the bottom end. That's why they sound more like Telecaster-y sort of sounds you can get out of them.
Yeah.
So but I'm surprised you can't get enough. You can't get enough high gain out of it. I'm thinking, I don't know the EVH LBX version, but I'm thinking you're not driving the power tubes high enough.
Could be that.
And the output. I mean, to get that really saturated Eddie Van Halen tone, that's power tube distortion. He had a Variax on it, on it to turn down the wattage, the voltage. So get a load box. Put it through a load box. You'll hear how the amp is supposed to sound, because an amp like that is supposed to be driven. It's supposed to be driven loud.
Yeah.
The PRS SD says the PRS Special is my dream guitar. Semi-hollow HSS setup with narrow field in the middle, and the splittable humbuckers in the neck and bridge. Without a doubt. So that's what I was going to get. Now, the only thing about it was that so many people said, I read so many reviews saying that the pick, your pick kept just attacking that middle pickup, because you've got humbucker and single. There's not a lot of space.
Right.
So yeah, I'd recommend trying one out. But yes, it's a really nice looking guitar. We've got Romanchi from Croatia. Nice to have you on, mate.
A newbie. Welcome.
May you have a nice night, and you too. Thank you for saying that. Shahar Bar says, Ishiru Kid, did you try swap out the preamp tubes? I assume the LBX line has cheaper ones by default. That's
a good point. That's a very good point. The other thing I'm also going to say is, have you checked the guitar cable? And this sounds like a real day one, week one thing.
No.
But if your cable is not up to it, you're not going to get the correct. What's the phrase? Basically, if there's a duff connection in it, you might get signal, but it won't be enough to drive your input tubes. So just change the cable. Try it. If I'm teaching Granny to suck eggs, I apologise. But if it works, you'll thank me. So there you go.
No. I think that's a good shout. I do think that's a good shout. All of those sort of things. No, I haven't even thought of that. Thanks for the suggestion. I'd really recommend. Can you plug into something like a Boss Katana where it doesn't matter? You're not trying to drive the output tubes. Try your guitar out of that. See if you can get like a really the sound you want out of something like that. If you can, I don't think I'd be very surprised if it's your pickups. I'd say you're not driving the amp hard enough.
Yeah.
On the output tubes, the master volume, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Romanchi says, I had a Boss Katana 100 and a G8FC. Watched your videos, but still think it sounded harsh and modelling, like somebody playing in the other room, and didn't like dynamics, even if I went in the studio. So I sold it. Yeah, I mean, some people don't like them, some people do.
I would say most of that though is not in my opinion, again, and we've both changed our speakers in the cabinets. That is the speakers they put in them. They're very scooped. They're very bright sounding. If you put a pair of old style Celestians in, like some greenbacks or some vintage 30s in there, it's going to sound. It's a very different sounding amp.
Yeah, but even so, the standard Boss Katana, I don't think it sounded harsh. Depends if you're using the, if you tried out doing what I do with it, which is use the clean channel with something like the blues driver in front of it. The modern blues driver. It never sounded harsh to me, but I think some of the lead and the brown sound settings there, they didn't sound quite right to me. But I really like the clean sound. Lee World says, what would you do if your audience looked tired and bored during your performance? That's a really good question.
I actually shout at them.
Do you?
I've been known to shout at an audience, say, I'm not a bloody video. Come on, give something back. You give me something, I'll give you more. I've actually said that to an audience before.
We had an old lady stand in front of the stage once, just going. Classic.
One of the ships I worked on, we used to have to do. Occasionally, we'd have to do morning sets. So right on deck, and it was lovely. I mean, you'd play some jazz or play something like, and we had a bloke sit in front of us reading a paper all the way through the set.
But that's his, he's paid a fortune to go on that cruise. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
Shahar says, have either of you had a chance to try out the Chandler tube driver, what Eric Johnson and Gilmore apparently use? I've never tried one.
Do you know what? I was this close to buying one.
Oh, were you?
They appeared on eBay. There's the original one, and then you can get the modded one. Because I've got a Chandler amp, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very close, but they're still quite a lot of money. I know I'm a Gilmore super fan, and I should, but they are quite a lot of money.
Didn't the original tube driver have a power lead that came out of it and used to plug it in the wall? It was just direct, isn't it? Yeah. I've never tried one.
The other pedal that I want like that is my mate Bruce has got one. Is the original TC Chorus. It's the Eric Johnson TC Stereo Chorus. He will not sell it to me. He will not let me buy it.
Eric Johnson, what a player!
Yes,
what a player. Lee Wild, what would you do if you made a mistake during the performance?
Look at the bass player. Always look at the bass player.
You should come and see. You should come and see me do a gig once. There's loads of mistakes during performances. Don't worry about it. It's just
it happens.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think the majority of the public wouldn't even notice.
No.
Oh, do you know what my classic was? I think I've said this story once before. So I was doing a gig with Mike Barnes, don't you, drummer Mike?
I do, yeah.
And someone and the band called out. I can't believe I've forgotten the name of the song. I'm getting tired.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine, thank you. And so we started the song. So it was counted in, and it was literally, this is the only time that I think I've ever been laughed at, because so we started it, and it was like literally my fingers could not work. It just did like between my brain and my fingers, it was not working. So the band started laughing at me. Like, you never stop during a gig, but it was so funny. And then the audience started laughing. We tried it again. And by this point, I was like, I saw the funny side, tried it again. More or less the same thing happened. By this point, my brain's going, you can't do this. You can't do this. And then eventually, after stopping and starting, and the band just really taking the piss, I got it. But it was embarrassing.
I've got two. One, so I played in the house band at Butlins for about a season, 2 seasons. And we got to back and support some amazing artists, mostly has-beens, and we used to get to see, and always had a laugh. But one of the hardest gigs I ever did, one of the most reading sensitive gigs, and I can read music, and I'm pretty good, was backing Bucks Fizz. Don't joke, it's a really hard gig. Not only did they do a lot of their own stuff, because it's all, every fill, every little thing is charted. That's what they want. That's the way they want it.
Oh, because they take their skirts off to a certain fill or something. Is that what happens?
Something like that, yeah. But they do. But they do a lot. That's actually one of the easier songs in the set. A lot of their other stuff, you go, this is quite challenging. But they did Real Dead Ringer for Love, the and our guitar player Mike, and I'm sorry Mike for telling this story, I think it's in D, and for some reason he started playing it in E.
Oh, I've done stuff like that,
and it's all to track.
Oh.
And he went we all went, because the four of them looked round and went, there's this look of everyone going, oh, we're going to try and do this up a tone, so we got out of that one. And the only time I've ever corpsed, actually laughed so hard on stage, is do you know the song Do You Love Me? Do you love me? Do you love me? From pardon?
It's Beatles, isn't it?
No, it's I can't remember, but it's from Dirty Dancing. They use it in Dirty Dancing. I can't remember. Now that I can dance, watch me now. And we used to stop at that point, and one of the band would do some stupid noise, or yes, would do some stupid noise to see if we can put each other off. Well, that night we'd had E17 on. And we'd backed E17. How the hell that works, I don't know. And Brian Harvey does a bit where he goes, I say Brian, you say Harvey, Brian. And the audience, who are all about 12, go, look at him go. And he's giving Tony Mortimer, is getting it right in the ear. And anyway, Mike, same guitar player, they're backstage getting off their boxes or whatever. Brian's about to drive over himself in his own car, and
he did, didn't he?
He did. And we get to this point in the song, and we go, now that I can dance, stop. And Mike goes, I say Mike, you say Colin. And the whole place, even the kids down the front who didn't get Brian Harvey doing it, just fell about laughing. And I have never got to the point where I could not actually play. I just it hurt me so much. I couldn't come back in. But actual train wrecking songs I've done very few times in my career, purely because I play what I can play. If I don't go for a fill, I'm not going to pull off.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah. Sorry, I appreciate that the anecdotes are a bit long-winded, but hey.
Right. Truth, fact, reality says I had that TC chorus. Oh, nice one.
Yeah, git.
It's not a rack chorus. It was a pedal.
No, it's a pedal. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Truth, fact, reality says the gain knob was brilliant as it boosted the amp even when not engaged. Oh, nice one. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. David Olson says, made a mistake during a performance. My mantra is all the right notes, not necessarily
in the right order. Yeah.
very true. Yeah. What if you had to back Dream Theater and Butlins?
They've got the drum. They've actually got the drum seat covered. Funnily enough, by probably technically the world's best drummer at the moment.
Have you heard the new song?
Yeah. To be honest, Portnoy is my favourite Dream Theater drummer because I won't go on. The daft thing is, it's not actually the bit that makes backing bands often really difficult, like in a scratch band. I mean, for Bucks Fizz, we had a band call, you run through everything. But I've done some stuff like East End, West End stuff, where you turn up, they put the chart down, and it's all to click. So you're expected to know how the click's going to go and follow the dots. I mean, I'm getting to one point in the show, and I got to the end of the page, and I stopped, and they went, "You bring us in." I was like, "What? You bring us in?" Turned the page, I went, "Oh, boom," and go again. It's so bizarre where stuff's really badly written like that, and it sounds ridiculous. But when you write out a chart, you've got to remember that people are reading this for the first time, could be on the gig, so don't put some big fill the next bar after a page turn. People need to work on that sort of stuff. We had some great charts. We also had some really bad ones. Anywho. Yes, I would certainly like to back that band. We used to do for a laugh on the first night of every Butlins gig. We did the what's the overture to Scenes from a Memory? The ba-ba-da-dam, 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 ba-ba-da-bam. We do like 8 bars of that in the show. That was our moment of muso madness. We used that as a segue between a couple of songs. It was the only time we actually got to stretch ourselves. Anyway.
Romanchi says, I called a guy in a music shop and told him that I got a good tone on the katana, but the louder I turn it, the brighter. He told me, so I'm just trying to work out the English here. He told me that a lot of people complained about this. Okay, so basically what you're saying is, you're saying that the louder you turn up the katana, the brighter it gets. The amp was just too bright for me. Thanks on the answer. Yeah, I don't know. I've never noticed it being over bright. Interesting you saying that. Eye candy. Have you two ever used the PAL 800 pedal? If so, did you like it? No, I've never tried it.
Never tried it, but I hear good things. But yes. I never have.
Me too. David Bro says, I've been interested in buying a Helix or a similar system to try. What do you think is the best entry system?
Headrush.
I think the Headrush is a good call.
Even though I haven't tried it, I already know I'm going to like it more than the Helix.
The thing about the Helix has got a load. If you get the Helix HX Stomp, it's got loads of people that use it, and there's some great tones out there.
Mm.
So if you don't want to program stuff, that might be a good shout. If you don't mind programming stuff, I'd probably have a look at the.
I'm tempted to get the Headrush ones though, even the £700 big board, because I'm thinking, because it's so good, it's so good.
Yeah.
And it could be good.
Sorry, go on. You go.
So it could be good fodder for the channel as well, which makes it worth it.
Yeah, I've got there's a friend that I know actually, and he's got a Headrush, and he wants me to do some sounds on it, so I might do a video on it or something. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Shahar says, "Did you get a chance to see the McCartney interviews by Rick Rubin?" No.
Not. But he also says,
"Good shite, nice one."
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
I will too.
Lee Abraham says, "Not heard of the earlier katana discussion, but always found that when you turn up to gig volume, you always need less gain, less treble." Oh, interesting.
I've never gigged one, and I've got the tuba 12, so you don't have to turn that up very far.
Yeah, I don't know. That's strange, isn't it? I mean, maybe they do that. Maybe they do that just so when you turn it up, and if you're at a gig, it just cuts through a bit more so you can hear it. That shouldn't happen. Anyway, I guess we're done.
Really?
Final question. Lee says, my final question, being one drummer. Oh, bring one drummer back from the dead.
Easy.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're probably the same on this. I'm a
Picaro. 3, 2, 1. Jeff Picaro.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just because.
Best drummer ever.
Just again, plays for the song. Taste, chops. Never did a solo. Yeah. Everyone's going to say the same thing, aren't they?
Genius. Unbelievable. By the way, enjoying the Wazza air tones. Thanks. Oh, cheers, Chris P. So there's a video coming out in the next couple of days. I shot it today. It might come out tomorrow. That's quite exciting, I think, for anyone that's got a Wazza air. Because this thing enables you to do so much more with it now. So anyway. And Boss are bringing something out. Well, Boss have brought something out actually. Their pedal, which also works with the Wazza Air, the expression pedal, which is exciting. Not just as a guitar, as a general rule. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Dave Olson agrees with us.
Oh yes,
he does. Of course, he does.
Any gear?
I think he's referring to, have we found any new stuff? Yes, it happened earlier on in the show, Dave. Lee, sorry. So check that one out on the replay, I think.
There's quite a bit of new stuff out there. Is Stuart Copeland dead yet? No, he's not dead.
Not quite yet, no.
What about Bonzo? Who's Bonzo?
Nah, John Bonham.
Oh, Bonham. No,
Picaro.
Overplayed. I don't think John. I don't think Jason. Jesus, I've done it. Haven't I? Lars Ulrich. Oh no. He's
not actually dead yet. I mean, he might have forgotten how to play drums, but he's not actually dead yet.
Oh, Chris P. We'll look out for that. Nice. Okay, it's not what I meant. Doesn't matter. Okay, what was any gear? Any gear?
Okay.
Any gear? Yeah.
Don't know. Don't understand. Sorry.
Oh.
Right. I'm calling it because I got home like not that long ago. I need to unpack and stuff. So are you telling me you're not here next week?
Can I just say something, Lee? Let us know what you meant in the next show. Be glad to answer. Obviously, please do not shut up. Do not.
No, never do. We will now. So Paul, do I take it you're not here next week then?
I'm on holiday next week. Yes.
Okay. We'll do it in 2 weeks then.
Yeah, I don't even think I can take a laptop with me to even do it from where I
don't think you should. So our next outing will actually be Wednesday, the 1st of September.
Which on that day we're also going to be announcing the winner of the.
Very exciting.
Boss
We will do the announcement live on air because we're that crazy. So if you enter the competition, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all the normal stuff. Enter the competition. We will announce it on the 1st of September. That will be our next one back. Normal service will resume at that point all the way through till Christmas because, quite frankly, we can't afford a holiday after that. We're too busy buying new gear. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Something like that. So I hope you enjoyed tonight, everyone. It's great to be back on station, as it were, from myself and from.
Wow.
We will see you again. We'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Mask up and all that sort of stuff. And we'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Night.